So starting right off the bat, I was going to talk to you obviously about you, but something pretty big happened in New York, and I wanted to know your thoughts about it. What's it like living in Zohrans, New York City?
I mean, it's exciting. Yeah, that was, I feel like, yeah, I mean, finally, like some good news, you know?
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm in Melbourne, Australia. I don't know if you've ever been here before.
Oh, no, I've never been there.
In Melbourne, yeah. But I mean, even here, like in Brunswick, like where I live, people are over the moon. Like they
Yeah,
just
I mean,
can't believe it.
I feel like it's yeah, finally a positive change that, amidst a bunch, like a lot of bad stuff happening in the world. So I'm
Yeah,
excited.
it might be the only piece of good news.
Yeah, that's, that's true. Yeah, that's what it feels like.
There was a guy in Melbourne who used to go around drawing birds and pigeons on buildings, commercial buildings and hotel chains. And nobody could like it was like a magic thing. Nobody knew how he got to those places. And while he was, he got caught eventually, but those moments that he wasn't getting caught, it felt like we had Batman. And Zoran kind of feels like that, like some sort of like
Yeah.
almost like a folk hero in a way. Do you feel
Yeah.
that someone like that could potentially change the starving artist model?
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see what happens. I don't really know how much of that stuff works.
Yeah,
Uh, and like the rent freeze is for buildings that are already like stabilized,
yeah.
which not a lot. I know of a couple people that are in like rent stabilized apartments, but most of them aren't. So,
Do
but
you
hopefully it'll, yeah, just somehow make the city more affordable.
do you feel like how long have you been living in New York for?
For like 3 years now.
Right. And before moving there, did you have a certain idea of what it was going to be like?
Not really. I had visited a couple times. I spent most of my life in Atlanta,
Right.
and it's a lot different than here. I kind of was expecting like to have a lot harder time making ends meet up here, but I think maybe I was just kind of more of a fuck up back then too, because like rent was like rent was $300 for my room, and I still couldn't figure out how to get that together every month. But I think a lot of things have changed. So and they pay jobs pay a lot better up here. So
What do you
lucky,
do for work?
I work at a restaurant.
Right. Cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's kind of on brand with your name, right? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
would you ever start the Stevie Diner?
I feel like I'd have to be a little bit more crazy than I am to open a restaurant, but it'd be cool to maybe do it for a day or two.
Yeah, for sure. Just have it be
Yeah.
like cat themed, cat food.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Blue's right here. My cat's right
Oh,
here.
awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. I've drawn you in blue before, like 3 or 4 years ago for some reason.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like
Did you
ages ago.
did you send it to me?
Yeah, but like 3 or 4 years ago when I was
Oh,
doing
okay,
more
cool.
art.
I'll
Yeah.
have to check our messages and look at that. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I mean, you'll get drawn for this episode as well. So
Oh, okay,
that's the
cool.
time to
Yeah.
chat. That's really cool though. So, look, starting off with one of your latest releases, if not your last release, was it the Mangione cover? People downtown Shore are friendly. Is that the
Oh,
one?
yeah.
Yeah. Can you talk me through? Obviously, it's self-explanatory, but talk me through releasing a song like that, which is obviously more, I guess, not necessarily political, but it's definitely a lot more heated than anything I've heard before.
Yeah. So that was actually a song I recorded like 2018 or 19. And it was like the first half of the song I had recorded, and it was so short that I didn't really know what to do with it. And I actually tried to upload just the first part, but apparently they have to be a minute long at least.
Oh, on
Which,
Spotify.
which I I wasn't aware of that, but so I added some other stuff to the end of it.
Right. That minute rule, I've heard of it before because we like to do very short songs. Um,
Yeah.
but I don't think we've done under a minute songs. It's usually
Yeah.
like a
What about grindcore and stuff?
yeah,
What are they
exactly.
supposed to
There are
do?
short songs. Like I think they just must have implemented that rule recently-ish,
Yeah.
and now we have to fucking deal with it.
Yeah. Now we
Damn.
gotta write a whole minute. That's a lot of music.
Dude, you
It's
can do
hard.
so much in 1 minute. You can do more in 1 minute. Dude, songs don't need to be 4 minutes.
No, I agree. Yeah, it's difficult to. It's so hard because it's like you always make a song and it's either like too short or too long. It's hard to get it right where it needs to be.
And people are never happy no matter what you do.
Yeah.
Like we have a song called in my band called Little Song, and that song was inspired by like John Cage, you know, the idea of no music,
Yeah, yeah.
or everything is music. And the song goes for, I think it still goes for like a minute and 40, and everyone's going, "Oh, it's too short." And instead of like praising the song or the album, people just complained about it for like
Oh,
3 weeks.
that's too bad.
And now we recorded
Just
a
tell them to put on repeat.
yeah, literally loop it. Give me the strings. If it's so good, like how many of our favorite artists have demos? I mean, I can think of Mac DeMarco as a big example, like demos that are shorter than the actual version that people like more because it cuts off right where it's getting juicy, and then you have to replay
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
replay.
it keeps you coming back for more.
Yeah, so I mean, we solved that problem by making a longer version, which we're putting out in the summer. And that is like a jam version, and I address the haters or whatever the critiquers
Oh yeah.
in the ad.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
Here's your song. Here's your longer song. But that's really cool. So this that song was written before, obviously, like you didn't predict what Luigi did.
No, no.
So what made
Yeah,
you
no,
want
I
to?
just had that one, and I have this page that's like I'll send it to you after this, but it's like a Bandcamp that I have like 100 and something. Kind of, some of them are finished, some of them are kind of finished, some of them are like just a very bare bones, but just like
Yeah,
ideas and stuff like that. So I had it on there.
that's not the Negative Nancy one, is it?
No, no, that's I forgot about that one. That one is from that one's from like 2009 or 10.
Yeah, right.
Kind of
Yeah,
doing like
'cause
a
I saw that you had that, and that you had an Adult Swim representative reach out to you for that one of those tracks, right?
yeah, it was for, well, it was actually for this the other band, that the Negative Nancy thing was kind of like this weird off, or like an offshoot name thing
Hmm.
of this band I was in called The Clap. And that
Right.
was, they reached out through our MySpace. They hit me up on MySpace.
That's awesome. And like,
Yeah, that was cool.
there's certain types of bands, I think mine included, obviously like skate, surf, that kind of like subculture. DIY works really well for. I feel like your music should be on Adult Swim more, wouldn't you say? Like,
I tried to reach out to them one time, but yeah, they I think it was like the writer. I think his name was Casper.
yeah.
They're based in Atlanta, and I guess they came out and saw us play one time, and I'm not exactly sure how they found the song, or because they were specific about which song they wanted to use. So, and it yeah, I don't know, it was cool.
Yeah, no, definitely be good to see more of that kind of stuff. Like you could, I mean, your first two albums with Stevie Dinner could literally be like, on every episode of anything that they do there.
That's what I'm saying,
And I
right?
remember a time when Vice magazine would do short documentaries on bands. I
Yeah.
know that that's how Black Lips got big. And so
Mhm.
for me, it's like, why don't these networks do that now? Like, what everything kind of turned to shit, but why did that
Yeah.
pure essence have to go to shit too? Because
I
there's
know, right? That was a cool time. And
awesome.
I grew up watching like Aqua Teen and stuff like that. So
We're paying homage to what they, taught us when we were
yeah,
kids, when we were
yeah,
teens. They're like,
yeah, yeah,
can they, be nice to return the favor is all I'm saying. I don't think either of us
yeah.
necessarily want money for it. I just think it'd be dope to be on what even is what is Adult Swim actually doing now? I'm trying to
I
think
think
of
it's, I don't know if they have
uh,
like a TV channel, or if it's, it might even be like just the web, like on the internet.
yeah, I don't think it is on TV anymore. I know it used to be with Cartoon Network, but I don't that era, that like indie sleaze of cartoons era was incredible. Like they really went hard with that stuff. Like
It was really cool having them reach out, because like I remember growing up, like the like bump music for like all the Toonami, like
mm,
Gundam and all that, and like Cowboy Bebop especially. I
yeah,
was like,
bro.
I remember when that, like when I first heard that, I was like, it changed my whole. I hadn't heard anything like that before, you know. So
Yeah, we didn't. I'm from Argentina, and I was born there. I came to Australia when I was 4, and we didn't really have Toonami in Australia. We had another thing called Cheese TV, and we're not going to
uh,
talk about that. But Toonami, when I would go to Argentina for holidays, it would always be on the TV, and it
mm,
it fucking changed my life. Like that shit was
yeah,
crazy.
yeah, yeah, super. Like I remember when the like the Gorillaz and the Daft Punk music video came out, and like they played
Yeah,
it on like the midnight special or whatever, the midnight run. and yeah, that opened my eyes to some new kind of music that was out there. Yeah.
Gorillas especially. Like I have a friend who knows the entire like history of everything that happens to every character, in
Oh
that,
yeah.
which is crazy. I don't know anybody else who gives a shit.
Yeah.
Like, but even when I was in Korea, they had the which I was just in, they had the like Jamie Hewlett's art book in the Modern Museum of Art.
Oh
Like
wow.
which is, I mean, the actual museum was kind of mid. I hope nobody from from South Korea is listening right now, but like it was mid, but it was awesome to see this dude, this kind of Adult Swim underground cartoon dude in the
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
Museum of Art, which is where it should be,
Cool.
mind you.
Yeah.
Um, but that's really cool. So yeah, also in regards to that track, because I was bumping that track heaps. There's a switch up in that song where I literally had to like check my phone to see if
Wow.
YouTube ads had started playing. And I have a subscription. So you can
Wow.
imagine my surprise when I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, is this the
This,
same
are you
track?
talking about this like the break in the middle?
Yeah, dude.
It's
Like,
funny. It's a sample from this record, this Isaac Hayes record.
oh wow,
But
yeah. Which record?
Movement, Isaac Hayes Movement.
Fucking love Isaac Hayes, man.
Yeah.
That's incredible. You're
Uh,
into a lot of music from that era, aren't you? 70s and 80s.
yeah, I'm a big fan. Like from 1977 to 83 is like for me those are just like the best years for recordings. Like
Yeah, yeah. I have a housemate who's obsessed with that same era, and he shout out to Hamish. I never give him a shout out, and when he's in music videos, he always gets cut for some reason, not
uh,
intentionally, but he's never in them. So
oh
now he can have his glory. But he always bumps like he's always bumping stuff from that era. I think his current fixation is Fela Kuti, actually.
oh wow, yeah, yeah,
And that era, I mean, that's like the era of Fela, and it is the
yeah.
most insane punk rock shit ever. Like
Yeah, the Tony Allen's one of my favorite drummers for sure. Like,
yeah.
um, yeah, there's I think Jad Abumrad, the guy from Radiolab, he did a show about him, so I've been meaning to check that out. But yeah, I'm a huge Afrobeat fan.
Yeah, it's so I feel like a lot of us are searching for inspiration in the modern times, and it can be a little
Yeah,
bit hard to feel inspired. A lot of the people who do end up succeeding have successfully gone back a little bit, further than what we usually do. And they're not looking at
yeah,
the 2000s or the 2010s, they're looking at the 70s and 80s. I mean, if you want to be punk rock, like they literally killed Fela's mother, and then he sent the coffin of his mom to the government. So like I don't,
wow,
and I think there's lots of crazy punk rock, stories. Obviously, Hanatarash driving a forklift into the back of a venue. Like there's lots of stuff like that. But I don't think there's anything more punk rock than sending your mom's your mom's
that's
body.
crazy. I wasn't aware of that. I know that he when he had his funeral, I heard like a million people showed up,
Yeah.
which
He,
like I don't know,
he was
that's a lot.
huge.
I don't know, that's a lot of
Um,
people.
There's a really good podcast about him on Spotify. It's called Fear No Man, and it's basically like a 8-part, 9-part where they interview like all the people that are still alive from
Yeah,
era, and it's like it's just insane. Like this is like I mean, yeah, debatable if he was like morally the best person, but
yeah, yeah.
he's like I mean, the Che Guevara of music, and
Mm,
love him or hate him, you can't deny that it's like an actual force, of life. And we need that
mm.
right now for inspiration, I think. Um, which is cool. I mean, would you call that song that you did about, I don't want to say about Luigi because the song wasn't about him, but
Yeah, yeah.
you've mixed it with his image. It takes on this new kind of meaning. Do you find that a lot of fans who weren't used to that, before are like, whoa, like were they shocked when they saw that cover?
I'm not sure. I mean, I feel like if people follow me on Instagram or they probably know that what I'm about or whatever.
For sure. I mean, you would have had people following you. Are the same people who followed you when you started following you now?
Yeah, there's some people that yeah, I mean, there's definitely been some people who have been very supportive through like the whole time, like who I just just around the world. Who it's been
Mm.
really cool to yeah, just kind of develop friendships with and and it's cool to see. It's like crazy to because when I made all this music, it's just like I was like didn't think anybody would ever hear it or and then now it like connects with people, which is more than I could ever have asked for. So I'm blessed,
Yeah, I mean, there's two things in that. One of them is like it's so cool that you can have fans from all over the world. I mean, even the concept of that wasn't possible, maybe 30
Yeah,
years ago. Like we definitely
yeah,
take that for granted. And also like I think of your catalog and I go, "Oh, he's been doing Stevie Dinner for I guess 12 technically or 13, something like that years now."
yeah,
Most bands in Melbourne stop after 2 years or 3 years. My
yeah,
first band stopped because of COVID because we had pretty bad lockdowns. It broke the band and it stopped after 4 years. And now I'm in my fourth year of another band, and now I'm starting my solo project. So really, I've been doing it, not as long, but nearly as long as you.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so I guess it's almost redundant that I'm asking you about, fandom when I could probably check who's still talking to me after fucking, not many.
Yeah. Time flies, man. It's crazy.
Time does fly when you're making no money and having fun. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
It's true.
mean, going from like the latest track that you did to one of the earlier ones, like Card Declined, is that like when I hear that song, I'm literally shut like it happens. Like this I have the same reaction to that song since I first heard it 5 years ago. I just imagine just like being in like almost like a Lynchian hotel room. I'm just curious, what was the actual backstory for that? Did your card get declined?
Yeah, it's very very much what it says on the tin, I guess. It's like I was yeah, I was constantly having trouble money problems back then. Up until just a couple of years ago, I was not just doing so well with managing. But yeah, like my card got declined for pizza and wine. And then I was like I was realized I had a ring to it and I was like and I had just happened to be working on the instrumental part. Like I had the music laid out, and then that line came to me and I was like, "Oh, that's catchy." And then yeah, the rest kind of just came together. It was very the way stuff came together back then back then was very serendipitous and
Hmm.
yeah, magical times. It was cool.
Where were you? Which like motel hotel was that? Do you know?
Oh no, I was in or I was living in my house.
Ah,
It's
true.
called the
Yeah,
Pink House. Yeah, yeah.
I see. Like an Uber Eats type deal before.
No, no, it was actually at a Kroger.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah, at a Kroger.
True that. I feel like the times where you have pizza and wine are some of the most serendipitous times of your life. I mean, I was in the Netherlands and I had pizza and wine. I didn't have it every day, but I will
Yeah.
always cherish the moments I had pizza and wine, and the people I had pizza and wine with.
Well, it was like a frozen pizza.
Oh, okay, so the more I dig into it,
Yeah, yeah,
the less
it was a frozen
romantic it
pizza.
gets. Okay. All right, maybe we
Probably a
should.
bottle of Rex Goliath or Bay
Yeah, it's
Bridge.
like never
Even
meet your
worse.
heroes. It's like never ask your heroes about specific things. That's
Yeah, yeah.
awesome,
I mean,
man.
that's kind of like what I. Yeah, I was living off of dog food and shit back then,
Shit, which
basically.
is ironic because you have a cat. So
Yeah. Well, you know what I mean, like human dog food. I
yeah,
was eating like shit. I really was not taking care of myself.
I feel like yeah, when you're given the option between like because I'm also quite poor, and it's like you're eating. Yeah, you could eat literal dog food, or you could eat like a can of tuna, and at that point they cost the
Yeah.
same. So it's a
Uh,
matter of preference, really,
yeah,
and
yeah.
self-esteem, actually.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but so I mean, since we are talking about dogs and cats, I was trying to research, and I unfortunately didn't do any research. I don't know if it exists. Do many other artists have cat muses?
Mm.
Because if you think about the Egyptians, they worshipped, the feline or the cat, right? Like that's like a whole thing. So where does that come from?
I don't know, maybe toxoplasmosis, but yeah, I don't know. I've always been feel like like a kinship with animals, and then but me and Blue like we've just we've he's 14. I've had him for 14 years, and
Wow.
he's always just been best friend,
Yeah.
and yeah, he just I mean, there's even I feel like he transmitted me a song one time, like
You reckon?
telepathically for the but you know That
So
sounds
you,
silly, but like it was like this moment we had together where the melody for the title track to Mystery Flavor, he was like staring at me, and then it came. It was you know,
it
that
would
was
have been
crazy.
it would have been crazy if he was like kind of humming it, like
Yeah.
because can cats do that? Like, do they would have to know the concept of music to an extent, right? To know, and then can their vocal cords even do notes? I don't know.
I'm not so sure about that. He does a lot of screaming at me and stuff like that, but it
Yeah.
was more of yeah, like telepathic kind of.
That's kind of awesome. I mean, you could even, I mean, depending on how deep you went with that, you could imply that everything you've ever written was written by him.
Yeah, well, it was like it's a partnership.
For sure, 50-50 on the
Yeah,
Disco Kid rights.
yeah,
Yeah, for real.
he gets a cut.
I mean, because that line, like I don't know if it's from a song. I think it is from a song, but I saw you post it. Bobby Blue's got all the love I need.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like
Yeah,
that
it's a
is
country song.
that's because I also have a pet beagle called Lemon, and he's a lemon
Oh,
beagle. And yeah, I've never written music with him, though he has been around a lot, but maybe I need to spend more time with him so that he can start transmitting me ideas and doing
yeah.
some
Mhm.
co-writing, with his
Mhm.
owner, because that would be amazing
Let's see
actually.
what Lemon's got to say.
That would be, yeah, that would be. They definitely have a lot to say.
Yeah,
And I guess like they live more repetitive lives, but in that repetition, they might have some wisdom that they can impart on
yeah, I
us.
think so. I
Um,
think they have some kind of ancient wisdom, in their little animal spirits.
so in terms of the next like project that you do, though you're probably keeping a lot of that under wraps. In it, like whatever, like what do you think like the next album could possibly be like?
Uh, well, so yeah, I'm always kind of working on music, but the next album is I feel like I'm going to be writing a lot about, or trying to write about and express the feel the journey of finding yourself, sort of. Like I got sober a couple years ago,
Right.
and yeah, it's kind of going to be probably not like about that specifically, but it's going to be like it's going to have that wrapped up into it, sort of.
That's really cool. A record about finding clarity and some sort of
Yeah,
peace. I think a lot of people, and I'm not saying like, I mean, there's definitely a punk element to what you do for sure. But I guess a lot of people start off with that kind of like, especially early 20s and 30s, where it's like very like heavy and the music is quite intense, and things are quite outlandish. And then as you get older, you find that peace. I
yeah.
read about it in I heard about it in like the last Nick Cave. I've been on a Nick Cave binge here because
Oh, cool.
Australia represent.
Yeah,
But yeah, like
100%.
an interview that he had with somebody from New York, actually, just talking about that, how you find that inner peace, and that's like the artist's journey. And I guess you can literally see it in his work, starting off
Yeah.
with the birthday party and ending up, where he is now, where he's barely playing
Mhm.
any instruments, on the
Yeah.
skeleton tree and that stuff. But you can also hear it in your work because, I mean, even though the last album was 5 years ago, that album is completely different to like anything you've done before.
Yeah. Yeah, that one was very yeah, that one's a tough one because it was like I guess, yeah, just going through a lot of hardships. And and yeah, so the next one's kind of be probably like kind of the opposite of that, you know what I mean? Or like
Cool.
yeah.
In terms of albums as well, like there is such a long period of time between them. Do you feel that do you feel a rush to put something out, or are you actually at ease with that and just feel that you can take that time to make sure that whatever album comes out represents you sincerely?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm not in any rush. I used to be in my early 20s and stuff when I was doing all that. I was very like, I gotta, I'm on a mission. I gotta, I gotta I gotta put my entire uh life into getting these records out, and then, but now it's kind of like I have other stuff uh that I'm kind of focusing on instead. And yeah, I mean, I'm not on any type of contract or anything with anybody, so I can take as long as I need. And
The benefits of being like fully independent in that regard is that you get to do
yeah, I mean,
exactly what you want. I mean, people always talk about the negatives about being independent and like, oh, there's no money, there's no certainty, there's no structure. The negatives are negative. I'm not going to lie. Like,
Yeah,
they destroy people, but contracts and, fame destroys people too.
yeah,
So
yeah, totally.
one of my friend's dads of all people gave me a piece of advice the other day over wine, because they love wine. They gave me so
Yeah,
much wine every time I go there, so much wine to the point where we sampled the wine clink, because
yeah.
we had to
Oh
pay
yeah,
homage to that. And he told me, it's like, as long as you can find some sort of a job that gives you some sort of a sustainable income, then your like art won't be affected, the way that it has been. When you're a
totally.
starving artist, which unfortunately in 2025, I think more people are starving artists, or at the very least, I think more people are giving up. I think back in the day, you would have like fought for it, a little bit more. But I like, Bob Dylan kind of, mentality or whatever. But now it's different. Now there are other things you can do with your time, and the world makes it abundantly clear that you could be
Yeah,
doing something else, something that's more of worth, which is weird because the other day Oasis played here, and how many people went to that stadium, and how much money did they make from merch? I actually know how much money they made from merch. I think it was like from one night, it was like $6 million.
that's that's
So,
crazy.
like if the governments of the world don't think that music is important, I would urge them, any of them listening, to give me that money.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
that'd be nice.
because it is important. Like what we're doing does inspire people and helps people through life, and there's no reason for us to be ashamed, right, of what we do and feel that sense of kind of dread all the time. Which I mean, I'm 29. I definitely feel that. I'm at that kind of like breaking point where it's like I mean, in a certain way, you feel like you either make it or you give up and become, a corporate shill for the rest of your life, and it's a tough one.
Yeah, or you end up working in a restaurant.
Or you end up working in a restaurant. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
or you eventually you make it to the front of house and you get to the day shift, so then you're all right. You got to get out of the kitchen, you got to get out of the night shift, and then once you're up front and you're not closing it down all the time, it's okay. It's not so bad.
That's true, actually. I feel like that might be something to strive for, really. Just
That changed my
being
life,
able to
honestly.
being able to serve other people during the day. That's all I ever wanted in life.
Yeah, it's not so bad. If they let you play the tunes, it's pretty cool.
It can be fun. There is such a thing as good hospitality places. Like, I mean, we're too used to the fact that like, and maybe it's because for a long time I didn't have a local, like there was no local haunts. I had them in the past. I lost them in the past. I didn't have a bar to go to or a food place I liked. Then I had a
Yeah.
pizza parlor that sponsored the show, and they were awesome. But then I realized I'm gluten intolerant, so I had to kind of, I had
That's
to
tough. Yeah.
I had to axe that. And then now I was like, where do we go? And those places, just like the right person in your life, they will come
Mm.
when you least expect it. And it happened to me the other day where we were like, me and my mate had just moved to Brunswick. I
Yeah.
helped him with his mattress, and we just bummed it around the street. And he was wearing the shirt of the band that my keyboard player is also in. And he was
Oh,
he was just like peeping through a closed bar to these like four people there, and they saw him peeping and they recognized his shirt, and they'd actually know, they knew the band, and they also knew me. They'd been to my show a month ago. They let us
oh,
into the
cool.
bar, and
Hey.
we have a mascot in the band, and they
Yeah.
actually made like a mascot themed cocktail for us and shit. It was fucking
That's cool.
awesome, bro. They didn't charge us shit. Shout out to the
Wow.
place. What's it called? Toil and Trouble. Not that it means anything to someone in another country, but like having a good place that you can fucking unwind and chill in
Mm.
is so dope. And I mean, all your favorite artists had, a cool hospo place. It doesn't have to be gentrified bullshit all the time. Like you can have a good place with good heart.
Yeah. Yeah. It's good to have a place to not be in your room, but
Yeah, especially when the weather is like horrendous. I don't know what the weather in New York is like. I actually plan on going to New York in like February or March, but what is the weather
pretty
like?
chilly. It's like it was like 45 today, but yeah, it gets pretty cold.
Shit.
I was living
Yeah.
in Boston before this, so it's colder up there and more snow and stuff. But yeah,
So, in terms of the actual recording stuff, do you mix all of your stuff as well?
yeah, yeah. It's all done in house.
It's really interesting to hear like your approach to mixing vocals and how that's changed, and maybe because the project has evolved and changed, but there is a certain charm to the way you've mixed them. To be honest, I haven't heard vocals done that way on many recordings. Even in your on your second album, is it Ready to Dine, yeah? Is that the
Yeah.
one? Yeah.
Mhm.
There's songs where like the vocals they don't really act as vocals in terms of like you seem not to be interested too much in clarity. You're
Yeah.
interested in atmosphere. Is that correct?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I guess I'm maybe not always. I'm not the most confident singer either, too, so that might have something to do with it.
It is that, though,
um,
isn't it? Like
yeah,
people bury their. I used to do it too. Like,
yeah.
it's not just you as well. If you have a recording engineer who thinks you suck, he'll he'll fucking put his career on the line and fucking bury the shit out of you just to make sure that he doesn't, put his name on some dog shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
It's all. It's yeah. Just kind of try my best to get it to sound okay.
Yeah, but there is also something more to be said there. There's a conceptual artist. I've spoken about this on the show before. His name, I can't remember his name, but he has a project called I Am Sitting in a Room.
Mm,
I need to figure out what his actual name is, but basically the project is that he says I am sitting in a room over and over again, and slowly at a certain point, the acoustics of the room start to create a reverb, and then it starts to amplify it. And so if you listen to the whole recording for about 4 hours, I think, by the end you can't hear anything. It's just
okay.
cacophony of sound. And that is like a cool, I mean, another example is like Hybrid Moments by Misfits. That was
Yeah, yeah.
recorded at night, and they've always said that it has a nightly feel to it. And it's
Oh, yeah.
true. It does. That feels like a nighttime record. There are some other records like that use synths and stuff and sounds, but using vocals to get that sound is also really, really interesting. And because you're home recording, I assume there
Mm.
would be an essence of where you were recording it with all your records, right? Like it feels like the place that it was made in.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the room I'm in now is kind of like a basement, and there's a lot of concrete and stuff, so it's a little bit harder to get the drums sounding good down here. But I've been getting it dialed in a little bit. But yeah, like I've always been kind of recording with bare bones equipment and stuff like that. So it's always
Yeah.
been kind of just making the best out of like cheap stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
Me
and
too.
like,
That's
yeah,
that's that's the approach. Like I'll just have a microphone. Like I have this. I don't even that's the ironic part. I don't even use this for podcasting anymore. I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna use my laptop. But I've
yeah,
used
sounds
this to
good.
record albums.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You
So
can do a lot with a little.
you can do a lot with a little. I think people have been, I don't know, maybe like prescribed this idea that you need high tech stuff. But again, going back to what we were saying before, if you're not confident with your shit, lo-fi is really inviting and warm.
Yeah, it is.
Actually, really nice. And the community for lo-fi is different than the community for pop. In
Yeah.
pop, they'll fucking tear you down. It's actually scary when a lo-fi artist breaks into pop through the
Mm.
algorithm and then they're left, at the hands of these people who don't understand not only the context but just like the history of what outsider music is. There's a lady who I'm sure you're familiar with, Space Lady. Have you heard of her
Oh
before?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think she
Humdinger, that song rules.
amazing music, and in my opinion, like the precursor to bands like Snooper,
Uh,
because you wouldn't get that
oh,
sound
they're
if it
sick.
wasn't for this
Yeah,
lady.
yeah.
And yeah, Daniel Johnston and what's it, Wesley Willis, like I whooped Batman's ass and Rock and Roll
Mm.
McDonald's and stuff like that. Like all of that kind of music is just like very particular, and it wouldn't exist in like a pop lens. It's not really
Yeah,
possible for those songs to be pop. They have to be the way they are as
yeah,
well.
yeah. It's cool to just let people, now that you can just have everybody can record what they want, whatever
Yeah.
they want by themselves, and then it's like you can just, there's like no rules, and you can just be yourself, and it's
Yeah. I
cool.
mean, it goes back to what we were saying is like if you can figure out a way to just make some bank some other way, which is a hell of a lot easier than making bank through this shit. Uh
Yeah, yeah.
your
Like probably not
music No, and it probably won't happen. That's the other thing. Like
gonna
there's I mean, I feel like both you and I have been doing this shit for a long
happen.
time, and I don't want to deter people away from pursuing it. It's quite the opposite. It's like
Oh yeah, follow
I
your
want
dreams
you
for
to
sure.
do it, but I want you to do it with passion, and I don't want you to get compromised by wealth. because
Yeah, totally. You got to do
that's
it for
what
yourself
hurts.
and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's just not it's not necessary. They've trained us, whoever they are, the systems in place have trained us to burn out.
Yeah.
Um, there must be somewhere some sort of like room where they've like plotted the average age, like an artist dropping
And
what
then
he
they'll
does.
hit 30 and then they'll fucking give up and
I
they'll
think
get
it
out of
is
our hair.
30. I think it is 30. Like they've, it's 30 or you see a lot of stuff on Instagram now that's like the opposite. There's a lot of people who are older who are saying, "Oh, if you're 27, read this. I'm 35." So
Uh,
shit like that.
yeah, yeah.
And it's like I appreciate that positivity because people like to flex their youth, It's not enough just to be young. You have to tell somebody who's 7 years older that they're old. And I'm so over that shit because they'll get there too. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Oh, it happens to everybody.
It happens to everybody. You
Mm.
pass an old person on the street and you're just like, you might have thoughts and be like, oh, this or that. You're going to be old too if you get
Yeah.
lucky enough to even make it that age.
Yeah, it's a gift, Life is a
It
gift.
literally is a gift.
Yeah.
But we all treat it like we're superior, like we know something that they don't. It's like
Yeah.
they've arguably researched more about life and had to than we do. So
Yeah. Well, living life is the ultimate way to learn about it.
literally, you can't like that's what I'm saying. Like you have to go out and just experience it. And it doesn't have to be like there's a lot of people I've spoken to a lot of artists in different countries at this point. A lot of them, the art that they create, it's like a amplified version of what they wished, life was. Because in their country, they just don't have that scene or that kind of vibe. And that's really cool. And I think in a way I do that as well. But you can also find beauty in just like the most mundane shit, Like how many good songs have been written about pizza and wine? Probably only yours, but that is that song isn't. I mean, forgive me for saying this, but it's more than just pizza and wine.
Yeah, yeah, it's yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on in
There's a
there.
lot going on. Does your recording differ quite a lot now from when you started?
Yeah, well, the first record I was making on this thing called Tascam 388, which
Oh yeah.
I have a broken one now, but yeah, I got rid of that one, and ever since then it's been kind of hard to get because it really lent itself to the way I wanted things to sound,
Hmm.
especially the drums and the bass and like the low end. So I've been having a lot of trouble kind of getting the sound that I want, but I'm slowly figuring it out again. I have a lot of weird tape gear but yes, it's the same basic process. Lay down the drum machine, lay down the chords,
Hmm.
and then figure it out from there.
So you're using an actual drum machine, not like an Ableton.
No, I just use I have a Volca sampler.
Oh wow. That's fucking sick. I wanted to get into drum machines. I'm an Ableton stan.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
but like the only drum machine I've ever had is that yellow Behringer. I think it's called the Behringer 3 or whatever, and it's the
Oh
acid
yeah, yeah.
drum machine. And that is like they made that on purpose to piss people off. Like I think it's in the manual or something. Like
How hard it
they
is to
made it.
program.
It's so hard to
Yeah,
program. And they released a model afterwards that fixed all the issues of that model, and you're
yeah.
just like, what the fuck was the point of this shit, dude? Like, why do I have this? Why did I pay like $80 for this piece of crap? So I actually drew on it, made it a signature item from my band, and sold it to my mate who, for some reason, wanted it.
Nice. There you go.
It's the only way to do it.
Yeah. Sometimes being limited by the technical specifications of stuff can be cool, but sometimes it's maddening.
It
Sometimes it's
can,
fun.
if it's not intuitive, it can kind of constrict you to the point where you can't create.
Yeah.
That is also a
It's got to
thing.
flow.
That doesn't really get this. I mean, it's popular now. I guess I talk about it all the time in every episode, limitations being a key to, creativity. But
Yeah.
having too many limitations, yeah, it's like, it's good to have, I don't know, say you hate the person that's in power or you hate your boss or you're having you had a falling out or you had a breakup or whatever. All those things are really good until they're too much. You
Yeah, yeah.
balance it
It's all
out
about
with
balance.
something.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And it's
Yeah.
the same with recording. Like it is all about balance. Like for me, if I never used to bring my microphone with me because I always thought I had to be in a studio and I just recorded. I have a new like solo project thing and I just recorded it all in like my motel rooms in
Uh-huh.
Korea.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm grateful to have had brought my Focusrite and my laptop and my headphones and my microphone. Because if I hadn't had those things there, that energy, whatever that was, like you said before, your cat channeled something into you. Well,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
universe
instantly.
channels ideas into you all the time, and
Mm.
not having the right tools when whatever that transmission project, whenever that happens, that can kind of be deadly because the idea can just disappear into the abyss, you know?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, 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 yeah. At least, yeah, that's the worst. Like waking up and you have like you remember your dream and you're like, oh, that's cool. I should that could be something, and then you like fall back asleep and then it's gone.
yeah,
But
like I know.
sometimes you make it to the notes app and you're like, I fucking remember,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
yeah,
Well, I mean, that's the whole thing with like Salvador Dali and even Paul McCartney. Like there's methods of like falling asleep, getting the dream, and then getting right back up. I think in
yeah, yeah, yeah.
that movie Midnight in Paris, Salvador Dali's doing shit like that at the bar where he's like falling asleep at the bar and then when he like hits his head and he just wakes up immediately, you
Oh
know,
yeah.
sit down.
Hmm.
Yeah, there is a certain type of vibe and atmosphere that dreams have that you can't recreate unless you like actively go out of your way to do so, you know, as well.
Yeah.
I wanted to keep it short and snappy today. So I'll probably just
Sure.
ask you maybe I'll probably ask you just one more thing and then I'll ask like a general statement. Who, you have a song called Trash Can Guy or Trash
Trash
Man.
can.
Is that about the David Lynch Trash Man, if you know who I'm talking about? Are you familiar with with that guy?
I'm not sure if I'm familiar with that, but no, trash can is about dumpster diving.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm not exactly sure what it is, but I've always been really good at finding stuff on the street, like especially music gear and speakers and stuff. I mean, it is kind of like this computer I'm using, found it on the street.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like talking to my friend. I was in the middle of having a conversation with my friend, and I was like, "Yeah, my laptop's dying. I hope It's like I need a new computer." And then as I'm saying that, like this computer is just laying in the dirt in front of us. It was very strange, and that happens all the time.
That's actually insane that you got a laptop out of the bin. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's all cracked up, but it works.
that's amazing.
And it looks like someone. I mean, it looks like it got thrown out the window and just landed like in the dirt pile on the sidewalk. I mean, it was it was weird.
Well,
But
yeah.
yeah, like a lot of different stuff. Speakers, keyboards. I got a guitar one time, a drum set one time. Like,
Actually, yeah. I mean, one man's trash is another man's, like
yeah,
strat or whatever. Like my brother actually on the street found a silver Mexican telly in like perfect
dang,
condition. Like I'm
that's
talking like there's not a scratch on it.
that's cool.
It's the real deal. It's like a $4,000 guitar.
Yeah, wow,
He just found it in the suburbs, which is even crazier here. Like you would
wow.
never see that. And
Yeah,
I've never seen a guitar like that. I still haven't actually ever seen a guitar like a silver, like
like
tell you,
sparkle,
hey,
like a silver sparkle.
kinda, yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
really
that's
good.
crazy.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of underrated. I mean people are like, yeah. I mean I don't know. Like I guess like people, it just goes to show what waste is, right? Like
Yeah,
I've seen, that quote, Alan, is it Allen Ginsberg in Hell? He's like, I've seen the greatest minds of my of my time destroyed by madness or something like that.
oh, true. Yeah, yeah.
I've seen the greatest minds of my time eating, KFC out of a bin.
Yeah, I mean, you got to do what you got to do. Yeah, and yeah, the world will provide if you keep your eyes open. I feel like I used to
It
have this
will.
like kind of route that I would take on my bike around Atlanta, and I had all these trash spots and dumpster spots that I would go, and just that was like my nightly routine after work was to go, and then yeah, finding all kinds of stuff, and then like you can turn most things into art supplies.
Literally.
Yeah,
And it's a shame that there's not a place. I mean, I guess that's technically what an op shop. I mean, do they call them that over there in the US? Op shops? Like,
is that like a thrift store?
yeah, like I mean, that's technically what a thrift is. But I mean, there are some music thrifts, I guess. But it'd be cool if there was a place that didn't assign monetary value to the objects, and it was also specific. So it was like,
Yeah.
I found this keyboard. Oh, I don't want this keyboard anymore. And instead of like pricing it as what it should be priced, it just
Yeah.
priced at $2. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like
That would be cool.
or like there's a bicycle co-op in Atlanta. That'd be cool if there was a music music thing like
Music
that. But
pop,
yeah, there's a lot
yeah.
more value to music gear. Unfortunately, it's kind of like
For
prohibitive.
sure. I
Unfortunately,
mean, we
but
we have we have some
yeah,
places here that called like the Music Swap Shop, which is like the classic one, and that's a place where you can go and buy anything. I've seen a fucking Felix the Cat Japanese guitar. Like it looks like Felix the Cat with wings. You fucking just get that shit. It's
that's
trash.
cool.
Like it's absolutely trash. It's valued at like 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. It tells you the story of like it
Yeah, yeah.
was some fucked up theater production or some bullshit, and now it's yours. Um
Wow.
It's cool. You really can find some awesome stuff, especially now that like analog. I mean, it's a shame that analog stuff is becoming more expensive, like thrifted, leather and jackets and stuff is getting more expensive. And
Yeah, it's ancient technology now. It's
yeah,
all breaking all the time. It's a shame.
people are seeking that warmth that they can't find with digital. And they need it now more than ever. So people who know how to capitalize on that, unfortunately, have done so.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would be cool to make a record entirely out of something you found on like a street and then name it out after that street or that spot as
Yeah, oh
well.
yeah, yeah. That's a good idea. Yeah, there's lots of yeah, there's so much stuff to there's so much inspiration and art to be interpreted out there, you know.
Yeah, you just have to
Just
be
from walking down the
open.
street.
You just have to be open to find it, really. That's all. That's
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
art is just being open. A lot of people who like you know, unfortunately, we've been trained that way to just kind of like shun certain ideas or certain styles or view something as too weird or not your vibe. But the true artist is somebody who's pretty much open to everything. Like a true artist is going to enjoy, well, maybe not Dua Lipa, but a true artist can enjoy pop as much as they enjoy, Wesley Willis and can see the beauty of Afrobeat and punk. There's no real, it's all just vibrations and it's all just emotions at the end of the day. There's no objective truth. So,
Yeah. Yeah, there's just yeah, there's a little yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, thank you for chatting to me, man. The one thing I would ask before we go is what I ask everybody, which is what's like a piece of advice you would give somebody who's starting off in creativity or art?
Don't give up. Be careful with the drugs and alcohol. Definitely. Yeah.
Shit, I actually haven't heard that one
Yeah.
before on the podcast.
Yeah, that's my main piece of advice.
Yeah,
Yeah, just watch out. Be
sure.
careful, be safe, you know.
Well, yeah. I mean, duly noted.
That's my advice. And but
That's a
don't give
really
up.
that's a good
Yeah,
piece of advice.
thank you.
Actually,
Yeah.
awesome. Well, thank you, man, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your night.
Yeah, thanks a bunch. It was nice talking to you.
Nice chatting, man. Talk later.
All right, have a good one.
Bye bye.